Hi everybody. Well, in between unpacking all the boxes, which I'm still not done, I need to have a little bit of me time, and that usually entails some crochet. So one of the first things that I started when I first got here to Arizona was a blanket that I made with all kinds of odds and ends, and I also had this big roll of real thin yarn that I was able to unearth from my stash. So what I did was I started making a blanket that was one strand of regular yarn and a strand of the thin yarn. And I'm gonna point you down here real quick so you can see kind of what I'm working on here. It's just a giant granny square, which you can see the fine yarns running through it along with some of the standard yarns. And in a little bit, I will show you the border that I'm working on that. That was done, the two strands together were done with a nice big fat end hook. And it just makes it easy to get the yarn moving. The other project I'm working on is I was asked to help with a fundraiser. So I'm currently doing a yarn study. And what a yarn study is, let me show you this table. Let me get my remotes out of the way here. And as you can see on the table, I have 4 different kinds of yarn. And what these yarns are to be used for is we're making little scrubby pads. I was shown one which is made out of the scrubby sparkle yarn, and that one it's fairly soft to work with. And so I'm trying to find out how many pads we could make. These pads are round little flower shapes. Trying to see how many will be made out of each of the skeins. And then I'm also using a Crafter's Secret cotton from Hobby Lobby. I went to Hobby Lobby and got all 4 of these. And those are a little bit different texture, but it's also the same texture that you get a lot of times when you're making the kitchen cotton cloths. And so I thought I'd give that one a try also. And then another one that I knew about was this texture. Some brands, the little nubbies on the yarn are more of a plastic, but this one happens to be in all cotton. And so I'm working on that. I've made one of those so far, and this one's a little bit harder to see where you insert your hook for the loops, but it's got a good scrubby, tough feeling texture to it. And then the 4th yarn that I'm working with is this Scrubology, Yarn Bee Scrubology yarn from, and you can see it's quite a bit thicker from the other yarns. And I'll show you what these look like side by side. It's quite a bit thicker, and frankly, I don't want to make a whole lot of them out of that because it's really, really rough on your fingers. But that'll give you an idea of the thickness between the different yarns. So you've got the Scrubology, and then the Scrubby Sparkle, and the Scrubology Cotton, and the Crafter's Secret. So that gives you a good idea. And I did them all in red on purpose because I like red. Anyway, those are all made. You can see the difference in the flower shapes. I'll put these all down so you can see those too. Rufus is up here on the ottoman hanging out with me while I'm working. Say, hi Rufus. And there's the, I'm gonna come up a little bit. You can see this one's a little bit bigger because it's the thicker yarn. But like I said, the yarn bee is really tough in this pattern. I use the same pattern and the same hook for all of these. And of course the thinner yarn comes out a little bit smaller, just because that's the way it works. And so the other thing, oops, there you go. Let's try putting you up here. Excuse me while I adjust the camera, and you can take a little peek at the kitchen there. There you go. Come on, tripod, cooperate with me. So the other thing that I'm working on, we're going to go back to the blanket, and I am switching from the N hook to the H hook that I was using for the scrubby pads, just because this yarn is so thin. And then I'll wash it and make sure that I have all of the ends tucked in. But I'm getting closer and closer to having this done, and it'll be a lovely gift for someone. But I'm doing this simple little stitch. I'm hoping y'all can see that really well. But that's what it looks like on the edge of the blanket. And it's simply inserting hook on the top of those big old single crochets, pulling the loop up, making a single crochet, chain 3, and making one more single crochet in that top of that same large single crochet. And I'm just doing that over and over again in the top for the edging of this granny square blanket. It just seemed like it needed something a little bit softer on the edge, but it's coming out to be quite a nice size blanket. I know it'd be nice and warm for somebody to snuggle under this winter. And with the peachy orange color, it blends all the colors together. And anyway, that's what I'm up to, and I can hardly wait for the weather to cool down here a little bit. It's a little bit opposite of what I'm used to. We're used to our growing seasons in California being spring and summer, and in Arizona that's not the case. But so summertime everything slows down a little bit. I've managed to pick up a few organic goods at a local organic farm down around the corner, which was really exciting to find. And I look forward to doing some gardening of my own. And from what I'm told, the growing season is the rest of the year after the summer is over here in Arizona. And we'll finish putting the house together. I've hung a few pictures up, but I don't want to put everything up until everything's unpacked. And I still have so much more unpacking to do, and we have another storage unit to get the rest of our furniture out of. And this house is huge. It's like a warehouse almost compared to what I was living in before. I'm so very thankful. I'm so very thankful this weekend we had the opportunity to have my daughter come out with her boyfriend and some friends, some good family friends. And we're just working away at it a little at a time, trying not to let the fibro get in the way, and just do what I can each day, and guiding the guys that live here with us, my husband, my 2 sons, and one of my son's friends, guiding them in whatever they needs to get done that I can't do by myself. Hubby's been awesome, and we came in the shower. The shower wand was, I'd have to stand on my tippy toes to take it off to be able to use it, and he put an extender on it for me. Little things like that. Those of you that pray, be in prayer for us. The hubby bought a new truck, and it's not running well, You know, that's what happens sometimes when you buy a used truck. He put running boards on it that come down so that I can get into it because it's really tall. And so, you know, he's off working now and has to take my car. So I'm kind of dependent on rides from the sons, and whenever I need to go out and get something, or I have to wait till after hubby gets home from work. But it would be really awesome to get that truck up and running, because it's just, yeah, that extra vehicle is a good thing. I'm kind of at mercy, but not like I don't have enough to keep me busy here. Today's kind of a somber day, being that it's September 11th, but tonight we're going to celebrate a little bit. It's my parents' 57th wedding anniversary, so we're making dinner for them. I've also been busy with helping them get settled, and we have more celebrations to look forward to, and more visits from family and friends in the future, and we look really forward to that, because it's there's a lot to share with those we love. And so today, share with somebody you love.